There's villains that think that just because they're so powerful, they're gods. And when there's superstar in pain in the butt, they're somehow always either get so close to their victory they'll probably win, or get so cocky with their plans then blow their plans before they even begin them. Just like these guys, I'm going to talk about introducing Thanos, the guy that is trying to rule the Marvel Universe while just sitting in his chair the whole time. I don't know why he does that. He should get on his feet and do that instead of let his villains do work. And Darkseid, the godlike king of apocalypse. I'm a game player and this is War World. And I'm going to see the weapons, armor, and skills to find out who will win a death battle.
In another universe, the old gods were immortal beings who relied on prayers of immortals to remain in power, but nevertheless cared nothing about them. Soon rebellious access began putting lies and corruption in the minds of these gods, which sparked a war between them. As the gods began to die, Access began stealing the gods' power for himself. Eventually, when his father Yuga Khan came to strike down both him and his brother Isaiah for their insolence against the old gods, he used the anti-life to revive the old gods Access murdered, but was ultimately slain by his own son, who took the fallen god's power to become the new god, Darkseid. Isaiah too received the power of the old gods and confronted him, claiming they were the new gods who should unite and bring forth the new age. But Darkseid only felt disdain and destroyed their world, with only him and Isaiah remaining. As eons passed, Darkseid created a helpet of apocalypse and has remained as its sole ruler, with the only force capable of opposing him being his brother Father and his forces of New Genesis. At some point, he captured the aspect of death in the form of the Black Racer to become his greatest weapon, but he couldn't command it unless it were anchored with a sentient host. Darkseid conceived many sons. One is Calibak. This one became brutal warrior of Apocalypse, while another, Arion, was traded for High Father's own Scott in promise of peace between both planets. Some time ago, Darkseid came across Myrina, an Amazon from a parallel universe, and conceived another child with her, a daughter named Grail, who, unbeknownst to him, was being raised to destroy him. One day, his daughter of unknown mother, a mischief maker named Kayo, defied Darkseid's authority by laughing at his law, prompting him to pursue her across the universe she would escape through. In one of those, he found a champion, Superman, those might rivaled his own, but then he failed by Superman turning him into rocks, and the rocks expanded into space, never to be seen again. But thanks to Luthor and his obsession of bringing it back together again, and has the machines and the only one chance to do so, Darkseid came back from the dead. But enough about his story. Let's spill the beans of his awesome powers. He has so much of them that I don't even know how to begin to explain. He has his Omega beams that I think only people like Batman can avoid. If you get hit by these beams, you need to be as strong as Superman, or more to survive this, or you're toast. He is immortal. He can regenerate from matter within seconds, or create a new avatar for himself, making him impossible to kill. He has lived for possibly 1 million years. He has telepathy, mind control, telekinesis, and a bunch more stuff. Darkseid is able to simply transmute matter by force of will. He is also able to dissipate and disperse the molecules of an object or organism, effectively erasing them from existence. A simple thought allows Darkseid to create a liable avatar if or when the need arises. His true form is too powerful to exist in the multiverse. In that form, Darkseid would be the truly unbeatable and most powerful being in DC Comics, beside the Spectre and the present psychic abilities to possess the individual and negate any superhuman abilities they may have. Can also mentally control most unknown forms of energy, allowing him to erect protective force fields and project weathering energy bolts. Darkseid is able to teleport himself or any other being simply just by thought or sheer willpower. For a big guy, he's amazing at super endurance and stamina. Darkseid has the ability to alter his body to grow to a gigantic size, such as the battle with Jimmy Olsen, who had the combined powers of all new gods in Countdown to Final Crisis number 4. As a godlike being, Darkseid has several powers that surpass most other beings in the known universe. He's invulnerable to bullets, rockets, and high-frequency energy blasts. There are a lot more that could be added to this list, but these are the main 3. Darkseid is immune to all human diseases, and even though he's having these powers, he still has other stuff to help him in the battle. He has a vast military force, a planet full of them, Darkseid's drones, and parademons, and he has his own space cruiser. Dang, with all these powers and his planet-filling army, you think he doesn't have any weaknesses. Sadly for him, he does have some. The first one I'm going to say is what most villains have, is his obsessive personality. With all his powers and his army, he thinks of the heroes like Justice League are just parasites in his way. But we all know that he got his butt kicked by the Justice League many times. Darkseid and all of the new gods are vulnerable to a substance called radion. Its source is unknown and its effects are toxic only when sustained amounts or after explosive exposure. The average new god can be slain by an application from a radiant blaster or bomb. More advanced beings such as Darkseid, protected by their power, armor, and sheer toughness, have been known to take 2 hits and survive. Perhaps it requires the mysterious element X created. Darkseid requires an immense amount of willpower to perform a majority of his powers and abilities. Should his willpower be disrupted in any way, he's unable to completely focus on his own abilities and powers.
It seems I have you to thank for my resurrection. Though your world will suffer slowly, I grant you a quick death.
On Saturn's moon of Titan lived a colony of Eternals, and Thanos was born as one of the last sons of the original colonists. Mentor and Sui-san, at least I think that's what it says. However, he was born misshapen and monstrous in comparison to other Eternals, particularly his handsome and carefree brother, Star Fox, and Thanos grew into a melancholy, brooding individual consumed with the concept of death. More than any of his people, Thanos sought out personal power and increased strength, endowing himself with cybernetic implants until he became more powerful than any of his brethren. At some point, he was exiled from his community, although he accounts differ as to his cause. Okay, his story is way too long as Darkseid, and I don't really want this video to be long, so let me put it short. Thanos eventually found Earth and fought with the Avengers, and then he was defeated and decided he needs the Infinity Stones and the Gauntlet to conquer the whole planet and the rest of the whole Marvel Universe. And if you don't know what the heck is an Infinity Stone, let me tell you. Apparently in the Marvel Universe, it didn't exist till after the making of the 6 stones. That's eventually called the Infinity Stones.
Before creation itself, there were 6 singularities. Then the universe exploded into existence, and the remnants of these systems were forged into concentrated ingots. Infinity Stones.
These 6 Infinity Stones has separate things they can do with their holder. Let's talk about it, shall we? First off is the Reality Stone. The Reality Stone allows its user to alter reality to do what one wants or break the laws of reality and logic, such as making 2 + 2 = 5, as well as the laws of physics. Minor uses allow one to resurrect the dead, distort reality around someone so it's incomprehensible, or other things that would normally be impossible. More powerful uses allow one to create any type of alternate reality one wishes. At its peak, when backed by other stones, with the other Infinity Stones, it allows one to alter reality on a universal scale. Next is the Space Stone. The Space Stone grants the wielder absolute control over space itself. It is primarily used to open portals and other locations, and can even allow interdimensional travel. So you better be careful if you see Thanos coming to this universe, if he does. As one of the 6 Infinity Stones, the Space Stone ranks as among the most powerful artifacts in the universe, with Black Widow saying it has power to wipe out an entire planet. Out of all the artifacts of Odin's vault, it was the only one that managed to impress Hela, who said it was not bad. With all the other Infinity Stones, it can only be used safely by beings of sufficient power. Lestier beings are quickly consumed by it, banished into the depths of space through a wormhole, as evidenced in the Red Skull being quickly consumed by it when he touched it and was transported to Volmir. Steel is quickly melted through by touch, and specialized glove will only keep this stone from consuming any human bearer for a second before killing them, with it still being painful. The third one is Dead Times. The remnant of singularity predates the universe. It has the ability to manipulate time, even in places beyond time, such as the Dark Dimension. It was contained inside the Eye of Agamotto under the protection of the Masters of the Mystic Arts, who swore to protect it. Doctor Strange came across the relic and used it to force a bargain with Dormammu. Doctor Strange later relinquished the stone to Thanos in exchange for sparing Iron Man's life. The fourth one is the Power Stone. The Power Stone is a powerful weapon capable of granting a great cosmic power, but it's highly likely to kill any organic beings that touch it. It was used by Ezon the Searcher until it was forgotten for millennia in the planet Morag inside the orb. The orb containing the Power Stone was confected by Thanos, who employed the Kree warrior Ronan the Accuser to bring it to him. However, before Ronan obtained the orb, it was stolen by Star-Lord on Morag, prompting the galaxy-wide hunt that resulted in the orb be given to the Nova Corps for safekeeping. Thanos later retrieves the Power Stone from Xandar and inserts it into his Infinity Gauntlet. The fifth one is the Mind Stone. The Mind Stone allows the wielder to greatly strengthen and enhance the mental and psionic power to access the thoughts and dreams of other beings. Backed by the Power Stone, the Mind Stone can access all minds in existence simultaneously. When searching for it, Grandmaster apparently discovered the Mind Stone was the manifestation of the universal subconscious. And finally, the sixth and final one is the Soul Stone. However, as it represents and has the absolute control over the factor of the soul, resulting in more exotic and enigmatic powers compared to other stones, it's said to have power over the cycle of life and death. The Soul Stone is often considered the most dangerous by some, and holds a special standing even among the other stones. All of these together in the Infinity Gauntlet will make Thanos unstoppable. I mean, he can take half of the freaking universe's population with just one snap, change reality, and a lot more stuff, and that's 100% godlike. But he's still 60% godlike because of what he can do alone. He's by far the strongest and most powerful Titan Eternal. Thanos is a superhuman mutant whose massive, heavy-bodied form was born with the capability to synthesize cosmic energy for certain personal uses. Thanos has increased as a result of being resurrected by death itself. He deemed a Category 1 life ender by Nova Corps to have the, and I quote, universal threat level, and to have been a one-time reality ender, and was seemingly a cosmic level threat, being sent by Imperial Guard to the core cell of Galactic Gulag. Possibly Thanos' most dangerous ability is his mind. Thanos' intellect is dedicated to enhance his own powers and to annihilation of all life. Thanos is a genius in virtually all known fields of advanced science and has created technology far exceeding contemporaries' Earth science. He has also known to quickly adapt new battle situations, as shown in the fight with the champion of the universe, who outclassed him physically and whom he beat by dancing around him, blasting him with energy attacks, and tricking him into destroying the planet they fought on. Thanos has remarked that, compared to himself, Bruce Banner's intellect is only great for human standards. Thanos possesses vast superhuman strength, the full limits of which aren't known. Death increased his strength beyond their original limits to levels rivaling or surpassing those of the physically strongest Eternals. Thanos' strength is so vast, he has destroyed entire planets with the simple force of his blows. He has proven capable of fighting Thor even when he had the Power Stone. His proven capable of fighting. His strength is so vast that he has been able to easily defeat the likes of the Silver Surfer, punched away an attacking Hulk, physically subduing with ease Beta Ray Bill and Ronan the Accuser, as well as casually breaking apart Universal Weapon, and most impressively wrestled with the mighty Tyrant, although only by being additionally empowered by external power source. Thanos can also augment his strength with his cosmic energy when needed. Despite his massive muscular bulkiness, Thanos is capable of running and moving at speeds greater than his finest human athlete. Thanos' muscular produces no fatigue talked during physical activity. As a result, as nearly superhuman stamina in all physical activities. Before his, in quotes, death, because it's not really a death, Thanos possesses an impressive degree of resistance to physical injury even compared to other Eternals. After his resurrection, death increases his ability to resist injury to a much greater degree. He is nigh invulnerable. He has withstood the point-blank range planet-destroying attacks without any harm. He has withstood blasts from Silver Surfer unharmed. He withstood battering from an enraged Power Stone-wielding Thor with nothing but a bloody nose. He possesses such an incredible resistance to injury that he has been shown to survive a point-blank blast of Odin and Galactus. Thanos has withstood 3 full streams of Black Bolt at a point-blank range without any significant damage. He also survives being subjected to an artificial singularity. Thanos, like all Eternals, is immortal and in the sense that he is immune to all known diseases and infections and is immune to the effects of aging. Thanos is formally banned by death itself from entering this realm, rendering him truly immortal. No matter the severity of any injury, Thanos was unable to die completely recovered. This ban has since lifted. Despite his extraordinary durability, it has possible injure Thanos. Like all Eternals, however, Thanos is capable of regenerating damaged tissue with much greater speed and sufficiency than human being. His healing powers aren't as developed as those from Eternals. Some Eternals are capable of regenerating any destroyed tissue. Given these circumstances of his death and the hands of Drax the Destroyer during the Elation event, Thanos is unable to regenerate from missing organs. Despite his great size, Thanos' agility, balance, and bodily coordination are enhanced to levels that are beyond the natural physical limits of a finest human athlete. His agility is roughly equal to that of the average Eternal. Thanos' reaction time is enhanced to a level that is beyond natural physical limits of the finest human athlete. His agility and reflexes are about average for an Eternal. Thanos possesses psionic abilities. His mind is invulnerable to most forms of psychic attack. Thanos has demonstrated the ability to successfully defend himself against psychic assaults from Moondragon and Mantis. He also drove one of the priests of Pama insane with a gesture made the Hulk attack his fellow Avengers and force Connor Sims, the Anti-Man, to destroy his surroundings. Thanos has demonstrated some ability to manipulate matter on atomic level, similar to other Earthborn Eternals. On one occasion, he turned the scroll scrag into stone. Thanos seems to be at least particularly skilled in magic, evidence being him cursing Deadpool and unable to die after his fight with Star-Lord wielding the Mandela Stone. Thanos was shown to fly self-propelled. Whether he recently acquired his ability or if he is technical equipment for it hasn't been revealed yet, Thanos can teleport himself across unknown distances through his link with his techno-mystical transport chair. When stranded in space with Darkseid, he could neither fly nor teleport to his rescue, presumably because his chair got destroyed in struggle before. Thanos has a brilliant scientific mind rivaling the best in the universe. Although he typically avoids physical combat, Thanos is highly formidable hand-to-hand combatant. He is particularly skillful at using combination of his physical and energy manipulative abilities during combat. He also has great knowledge of arcane and mystical lore. His strength class is 100 and up. Even though he is godlike, he has many people and things that can kill him. There's a lot of them, so his parents, Death, Drax the Destroyer, God Cancer, the Cancerverse, Squirrel Girl, Black Bolt, Ego, his own, not the planet, a Bad Harvest, Adam Warlock, the Roth, the Heart of the Universe, God Emperor Doom, his son, and himself. Man, for being a godlike person, he has millions of ways to die.
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives.
And the victor is Darkseid. If you are Thanos fans and thought that he had way more ways of being the victor than Darkseid, let's tell you how he doesn't. Sure, Thanos has more invulnerability like Darkseid and probably has a little more powers, but Darkseid is a better planner than Thanos. Thanos tries to destroy the Avengers multiple times and trying to do easier said than done plans and failed. After that, he tries to kill him with no plans at all and gets kicked in the butt for it many times. While Darkseid did a plan to defeat Superman on his own planet, but got defeated by Justice League with Superman. And at that second round, Darkseid planned how to destroy the Justice League and the Earth and almost touched the finish line to succeeding. Plus, Darkseid's army is more loyal than Thanos's. Proof is one of his right-hand men betrayed him in the Guardians of the Galaxy, and that right-hand man is Ronan. Plus, they both have similar stories. Both were technically servants to someone till they made their life's dream to be the only one god of their universe. So technically they're doppelgangers, and that technically means Thanos is defeating himself, and that is in his weaknesses list to kill him. So yeah, the victor is Darkseid. He can't win against himself, so it's Darkseid. Thanks for watching death battles that we have so far. Sorry that Infinity didn't come into this video. He's just very busy with another job of his. And if this is your first video, go into our channel to see our videos we have for you guys. So if you didn't yet, hit that like, subscribe, and the bell button like a champion punching his or her way to victory. If you want to see who will win in a death battle that you created, like Screw Attack with Deadpool vs. Deathstroke, or something like that, put it in the comments down below, and we will see who will be the victor. We'll see you later in the next death battle.